Well, another person took the stand recently, one of Diddy's assistants. Now, the name that she was presented to in court was Mia, because she was trying to hide her identity. But at this point, we all know who this really is. It's not Mia, it's Sarah Snedeker, who was his personal assistant at one point.
Right.
Did you know Sarah?
Yeah, very well.
Okay. Now, she claimed that Diddy repeatedly sexually assaulted her while she was employed over the course of 8 years.
Right.
Do you believe that?
I mean, she ain't never say nothing. So she never gave no signs of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really about what I believe and what I don't believe. The fact is that she never said nothing. So she never gave no sign to none of us that that was the type of thing. And of course, he never gave no sign that that was the type of thing that was going on. So I can't really even tell you yes or no on that one.
Well, but from what I heard, and I know a lot of people that are around the bad boy system, Sarah had a little bit of a reputation. And what was that reputation?
I don't know the reputation she had, but when you're on the road for a long time, you know, and when you become friends with a lot of people who you feel are superstars and things like that, sometimes things happen. You know what I mean? Sometimes things happen. You know, you might consider yourself someone's girlfriend, and they might lead you on to think that you they girlfriend and stuff like that. You know, Sarah was very smart, you know, and she would do anything that Puff asked her to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Sarah was from Virginia Beach, and small town, this, that, and the other. So she did everything. I seen Puff yell at her. I seen Puff scream at her. I seen Puff might have threw a pen at her a couple of times, shit like that. And she still would come back like he was God. You know what I'm saying?
Well, she talked about a couple instances. So at one point, she needed to change her tampon. So, you know, there was like blood, like was trickling down her leg. And I guess he asked her to go get someone, but she had to go change her tampon first. Puff got upset, and she said that he threw a bowl of spaghetti at her. He said, "Get the fuck out of my house." He chased her out. She was barefoot. She was first hiding in a bush, and then she went to a hotel. Then she got suspended without pay. Does this sound like an interaction between Puffy and Sarah?
Yeah, I heard about that.
You heard about the spaghetti?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Okay. What was he so upset about?
It's because he wants you to do it when he say do it, and he don't want nothing else to come in between that. You know what I'm saying? It was one thing that she talked about. I think I was there for that, where she got suspended. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time she got suspended. But if you don't try to find out what's really going on, little different stories float around the office. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what's Sarah and I here for? They won't really tell you what's going on. Oh, something happened in her family. Oh, she this and that. Because whatever Puff went through with his assistants, it went through the chief of staff to them. And they never wanted to be embarrassed by what it was really about. So they would throw it off to different things. They would be like, okay, you played your lane. If you was security, you was security. The only reason that you found out about some of these things is because from y'all living together, from y'all staying together, from y'all being together so much, y'all talk. And all these people was smiling in front of Puff's face, but they was talking about him behind his back. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to happy, wasn't nobody really happy. I heard her on the stand saying, yo, you look really happy, and you look, yeah, you play that. You play like you happy, and you can't never lie and say you not having no happy moments. I mean, you in the top tier hotels, you in the top tier places that you could ever be, and you're not working every minute, because there's times where Puff got to go to his room, whether it's for a freak off or whatever. That's free time that you got. You know what I'm saying? So you take pictures, you make it seem like you enjoying yourself, you having a great time. You got your food in your hotel room and everything else like that. But really deep inside, you like, man, I really want to, once the enjoyment is over, you're like, yeah, I'm ready to get up out of here. or you don't show what you're going through as far as mentally. You know what I'm saying? The way he talking to you, the shit he say to you. Now, he talked to security a little different, especially if you kind of bark back at him. And it came a point where I was through kind of like the Puff era and like doing everything he said do without coming back. And me and him started getting into arguments. Yo, I'm not doing that, yo. This, that, and other. And when it becomes like that, he's going to start pushing you away.
Yeah, there's a few instances that she actually referred to. So I guess they went to Burning Man at one point. Were you around for that?
I was around, but I never went to Burning Man.
You never went to Burning Man. So I guess at Burning Man, you know, when you were off, they're on a big tour bus. They get there, and there was a bunch of drugs that everyone was taking. She thought it was ketamine. And he told her to take some because she was ruining the vibe. She didn't want to take it. You know, she said that it got serious. He got in her face, you know, and basically made her snort a line of the ketamine. She said that people were like falling down the K-hole. They were like, looked like they were going through an exorcism and so forth. Did you ever take drugs around Puff? Or did he make any of the security dudes do drugs, or he wanted you guys on point?
He ain't make you do nothing. He ain't make you do nothing. If you did something, it was because you wanted to try it or you wanted to stay up. You know what I'm saying? There was times where you would have to stay up 3 days in a row. You know what I'm saying? And you'd be like, damn, I can't go to sleep. How the fuck is they staying up? You know what I'm saying? And you'll try it. You know what I'm saying? I think I might have tried, what the fuck is that? I forget the name of it.
Molly?
Yeah, I might have tried Molly one time, and I was up for like 48 hours, and I just ain't like the feeling. I just was like, what the fuck? I can't go to sleep. And then when it's time to go to sleep, you can't go to sleep. But I seen how they stay up. But as far as security, we not on the same friendship or the same anything that the assistants would be on, especially when you in a Burning Man, because I would hear stories when they came back from Burning Man, of how Burning Man was and shit they did at Burning Man and stuff like that. But none of the security ever went to Burning Man.
Yeah, I've been to Burning Man before. Oh. I mean, it's basically, that was the first time I tried acid. You know what I mean? Okay. It's a drug area. Like, you know, it's a place to take drugs. You're in the middle of the desert.
Okay.
You know, there's no police. There's no nothing. It's just a bunch of dudes and girls getting high and partying and doing what else? You know, whatever else. I mean, there was some other instances. You know, she said that at one point, like, Puff was really angry at Cassie, so they jumped on a paddleboard to try to escape. And they were like out in the ocean, and it was starting to get like choppy. And they're like, okay, do we risk, you know, getting caught in the ocean, or do we risk going back and getting caught by Puff?
Right.
There was a situation at Prince's house.
Okay.
You know about this?
We've been to Prince's house quite a couple of times.
Okay, so around 2011, 2012. So you may or may not have been there,
right?
Depending on the exact date. But I guess that Sarah tried to get Cassie to go to this small party at Prince's house.
Right.
And I guess Puff told her to stay home, but they sneaked out anyways. Once they got there, you know, Prince was there, he was performing, whatever else, and then Puff walks in. So as soon as they see him, they run. Puff runs after him, catches Cassie, throws her on the ground, and starts to attack her, but then Prince's security comes in and breaks it up. And then Sarah gets suspended without pay after that.
That might have been the time that me and Puff, because we went to Prince's house quite a couple of times. Puff had the green light at Prince's house. Like, I would just stay in the living room and he'd be all over the house. The shit was so big, I don't know where he was at. You know what I'm saying? But it was a couple of times we went when he performed. And I do remember an incident that him and Cassie had, and Sarah was there. But those are those type of things where he's not going to come back and talk to you about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm in the living room. Like, once you hit Prince's house, it's no longer needed for security. You know what I'm saying? So whatever, me and him went there a couple of times. Him and, I forget the other lady, the actress, went there a couple of times. And it's like, yo, don't be on top of me when I'm at Prince's house. Yo, just go your way, this, that, and the other. But I remember him and Cassie getting into it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know what part Sarah played in it. But I remember him and Cassie getting into it there at Prince's house.